real problem here in the United States, and it has to do with the credit card crisis that we're currently facing. Because right now, millions and millions of Americans continue to use credit cards for everyday expenses. These include things like food, utilities, Netflix, your internet, right? Just paying for everyday expenses, whatever it is, eating out. This is turning into a massive crisis. But the real problem is Americans continue to spend more money, but pay less money every single month on their credit cards. It's putting them further and further into debt, and some delinquent on their payments. Today I want to break down what's going on. I want to show you some numbers, what we are currently seeing, and why many economists say this is a crisis that we need to be watching for because it's getting progressively worse. So I'll break this down in just a moment, but first, before I do, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So look at this right here. It says credit card debt hits an all-time high. Every single month that goes by, credit card debt is hitting an all-time high. People are actually spending more money on their credit cards, but paying less money every single month. Look at this. This shows that a record number of Americans are only making the minimum credit card payments. It's getting worse. Okay? It says over 11% right here. Okay? 11% of Americans with accounts in the country's largest banks only made the minimum payment on their credit card bill in the fourth quarter of 2024, a record since the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia began tracking the number 12 years ago. Yeah, this is an issue. But you know what's an even bigger issue? Late payments. It says late credit card payments have hit a record high. Here's how to tackle outstanding debt. Now, we're not going to talk about the outstanding debt and what to do there, but what you need to understand is more and more people are making late payments. Now, I want to show you something right here. I want to read you some numbers. It says right here, okay, it also revealed that 11.12% of cardholders were making just the minimum payment, up from 10.65% in 2023 and 9.91% in 2022. Why are people making less or lower minimum payments? Well, or why are more people doing it? It's simple. They have less cash. And not only do we have less cash, prices continue to go up. That's the concern. And many economists are very concerned because instead of putting things on credit cards now, people have opted for something called buy now, pay later. I talked about this earlier on today, where people are pretty much capped on how much they can spend on their credit cards. They're tapped out. They maxed them out. But they're still making the minimum payments, but the interest alone is going to eat into that. And the minimum payments are not going to do them any good. They have to make more or a larger payment. Now, I want to show you this. Okay, look at this right here. It says half of Americans feel financially adrift due to uncertain economic climate. We don't know what's going to happen. We are still discussing tariffs. President Trump made it very clear 10% is the minimum tariff we're going to have. So all these people saying, well, we just need to get through this tariff talk. It's not just talk. It's legitimately going to happen. We're going to have tariffs for the long-term future, at least under the Trump administration. And if we continue to have tariffs at 10%, it's going to cause more people more pain. I want to show you this, though. This right here, this is the broad continuing rise of delinquent U.S. credit card debt revisited. This is from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. Now, this came out just the other day, okay? But I want to read this to you. Look at this right here. It says the increasing share of Americans experiencing credit card delinquencies. It says this figure below depicts the percentage of people in each of the four geographies who were 30 days delinquent on credit card payments. This statistic can be seen as describing the share of the population struggled to repay its debt. Delinquency rates are plotted on a logarithmic scale, which makes it easier to compare how they have changed over time despite differences in level. Look at this, okay? Look at these different charts. Now, the U.S., you can see it right here. The U.S. is in blue, the 8th district is in pink, Green is the lowest income 10% of zip codes, and the highest income 10% of zip codes is over here in the orange. You can see, let's go to the lowest income. You can see right here just what it looks like, the rise. Okay, this is back in 2023. You can see it. Okay, and then we come over here to 2009, 2010, and you can see it jumps up. Obviously, that was when we had the whole financial crisis. Then it came down. Then over here in the pandemic, here we are, right here. Okay, and you can kind of see how it drops. Okay, this was the pandemic. It dropped. Now, the reason why it dropped is because we started to get stimulus. We got stimulus checks. Remember that? Remember those $600 checks, the $1,400 checks, the $1,200 checks, and we had additional, $600 in enhanced unemployment benefits? That was an incredible time. People were making so much money, not even working. They were paying off their debt. They could actually afford it. Well, here we are today, though. Right here, you can see we've gone up. Okay, so we are higher today than we were during the pandemic. We are higher today than we were during the financial crisis, right? Do you see why economists are saying this is a crisis? Credit cards are killing us. But why is this such a big deal? Why is this so important? Well, this is important for one reason. More and more people are trying to find ways to just live with credit card debt. They are moving the debt from one card to the next. And they continue to do this. They can't afford to keep the debt, but they continue to move it. Not consolidate, where they take 5 different credit cards and put them on one card so they only have one payment, and usually it's a lower interest rate. No, they're not doing that. There's still discussions, and people would love to do a consolidation, but many lenders aren't doing that because it's risky to take all the debt on themselves. So here's what's happening. People are opening more credit cards. And you know what they're doing? They are, in some cases, taking cash advances of their card, right? Just taking cash out, paying the minimum payment on the other cards. So racking up debt in one to pay off the other. This is why we continue to have record high credit card debt. It's not going away. Then on top of that, now you can use buy now, pay later services for DoorDash, where DoorDash now allows you, I believe, to use Klarna, where you can actually buy a burrito from Chipotle for, let's say, $18 for the burrito, chips, and a drink. You get $20, but yet you're going to be making payments on that, like 4 to 8 equal payments. For a $20 burrito, that makes absolutely no sense. Why would we even do it? But now even grocery stores are allowing us to do this. You can get groceries on buy now, pay later, meaning your milk may cost you 2 to 5 times as much because you are having to make payments on it. And if you miss a payment, well, then you're kind of screwed. But keep this in mind. Right now, millions of people are struggling just to make ends meet, just to pay their daily essentials. And they're going deeper and deeper into credit card debt to afford it. So here's my advice to you. Take a very good look at your current situation and determine, can I cut back? Where can I cut back? And how much is it going to save me that I can take that money and put it towards my debt? Because right now, again, with so much uncertainty, I'm telling you, you need to pay down your debt as soon as possible. So I will leave you with that, but as of today, that is what we know. Credit card debt continues to cause people to struggle financially, which is why you need to get rid of it as soon as possible. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.